What's up, guys? This is Chris from Outlaw here, and today we're going to be talking about kind of a budget tactical sport. This is the Sarsilmaz, which we're going to call SAR from now on because I probably am not pronouncing that right, K12 Sport. So the K12 is essentially what looks to me to be a budget clone of the Tactical Sport or Tactical Sport 2 by CZ, which makes sense because the clones for the CZ products are vast. And that has a lot to do with the Soviet Union's copyright practice and all that lovely stuff. But cool part about this gun is it comes in at a lot less money. I got this at my local shop, Mr. Guns, the mighty Mr. Guns in Waterloo, for around $600, I want to say, like $680 or something like that maybe. But it was pretty cheap. It was cheap enough to buy like 2 to 3 of these for a new Tactical Sport 2. So I wanted to check it out. And it comes with a 4.7 inch barrel there. It's got kind of an all stainless look, which looks pretty sweet, honestly. It's got adjustable target sights, so that they're black front and black rear. That's serrations on top, front slide serrations, target crown barrel, no accessory rail, just like the Tactical Sport, so be aware of that. A single action only trigger, which actually feels pretty good. Now, it doesn't have a flat face trigger, it has a curved trigger, but that feels pretty good to me. Puts my trigger finger right where the part of my trigger finger, the pad, right where it needs to be. Extended and serrated magazine release, full checkering on the front and the rear strap, which is pretty nice. These kind of gimmicky grips with a mag well on them. They look cool, don't get me wrong, but they're inverted for some reason, and that kind of gives me a weird feeling, and it gives me a real lack of purchase on the grip. So we're probably going to be looking for some aftermarket grips, which shouldn't be too difficult. 2 screws and a pin, it looks like there, and you can have yourself some new grips. So not that big of a deal. Ambi safety, serrated slide release, which looks like it's going to work very similar to a CZ. What a surprise there. Serrated combat hammer on that bad boy as well, and 2 17 round magazines coming right out of the box. So with a single action pistol and a 4.7 inch barrel with target sights, I have to assume we're going to have some pretty good accuracy out of the gun. However, one never knows. So with that being said, it looks like a pretty good competitive option. It would be great for some competitions. I'd get it in 40 if you're going to run USPSA because it's got the mag well and the single action trigger, so it is going to fall into limited, so be aware of that. But there are other competitions where you can run 9mm just fine, just not apparently in Iowa. So with that said, let's go down and shoot it and have a little fun. All right, so I was taking a look at the rear sight here, and it doesn't appear to be buried down. Now, it's adjustable for windage and elevation. Windage by tapping it via the drifting through the dovetail sight there, and then adjustable with elevation with this little screw here. So it's like halfway up, which makes me think it's probably zeroed from the factory. So we're gonna try to shoot it at 75 yards and see if it hits. But if we don't hit the first couple, we'll go down there, get a paper target, and we'll just zero the sights. All right, so I don't think they're perfectly zero. I'm kind of playing around the gun. We'll go down there, get a paper target, and we will zero the sights. Now, one of the couple of things I learned right off the bat is that this trigger is not as good as a Tactical Sport or Tactical Sport 2. That is for damn sure. So the pull, probably around 3 or 4 pounds, but the reset is not ideal. It's a lot longer of a reset than you'll find on the CZ products or the Tanfoglio products, which are probably the 2 main competitors to this gun. Another thing that I don't love about it is that just because I'm a CZ fanatic, I have tons of CZ magazines, and the Sarsilmaz magazine does not, or sorry, the Sarsilmaz K12 does not appear to be compatible with any of my CZ magazines, and that kind of sucks as well. It would just be a lot easier if I had, like, 30 magazines to put through it. One more. All right, let's go take a look at our groups down there. They're not ideal. All right, so it looks to me like we're going low and wide right. So in order to adjust that, looks like we have a set screw here, and we could adjust the front sight, or we could tap and adjust the rear sight. However, for this particular video, since I don't currently have a vice block out here, we're just gonna shoot left. We'll try some here further back, and that should make those groups get a little bigger and a little further away from center, and we'll just make sure and just confirm before I start throwing lead everywhere. The grip angle on this is a little different than my CZs too. Holy shit, those are bad. Well, it's 15 yards, but we'll show you.
Oh wow, those are bad.
So that's my group for that guy, and this is my group for this guy. That's the largest group I've ever shot. I could actually do better than that with a high point, and I've shown that. We're gonna shoot that group one more time. That is fucking terrible. I wonder if the sight is loose or something, because that's really bad. Wow, I'm speechless.
Do better, Outlaw.
Right. All right, now that's a damn solid group for 15 yards. So we'll show you that.
My motivational speech worked.
It did. All right, so that's about an inch group. 1, 2, 3. We're just way down low and way off to the right. So the down low we can fix. That is not gonna be a problem. But the right, we're out of luck for that.
Okay.
All right, so now we'll plink just a little bit, have a little fun, get used to the gun. The recoil pulse is nice. Trigger's pretty terrible for a single action only gun. That's been kind of a trend lately. We've been doing a lot of budget single action onlys. I think next couple weeks I'm gonna get something high end, make myself feel better about myself.
Yep.
All right, so another con of this gun, in my opinion, is gonna be they put base plates on them and a giant mag well, but they didn't put enough base plate for the mag well, if you get what I'm trying to say. When you get up in there like that, a lot of times people will have magazine insertion malfunctions because you gotta actually palm your thumb up when you put the magazine into the mag well. So, I mean, if you're gonna do a mag well and you're gonna do base plates, I don't know, maybe measure them. Jesus, we can't even hit it 50 here. Alright, so far not my favorite. I kind of underestimated how much I had to go to the left. So we'll go a little bit back further.
Okay.
All right, now we're back at 75, where we started. accuracy by volume. Alright, so since it's a competition gun, we'll run it up close a little bit, a little quicker, and see how it fares. It's fucking fast though. I should have been shooting it fast the whole time. Not the most accurate gun in the world, but damn is she fast. Whew.
Okay.
Little home defense mag dump, 6 rounds. So the SAR K12 Sport is pretty good at some things and not as good at some other things. I like the controls, I like the ergonomics because they're obviously from a CZ. The recoil and pulse is very nice, and the gun is extremely fast off the trigger. It's got a heavier trigger, it's got a heavier reset too, which I like. I like the reset, but I don't like the longer pull of the trigger, and I don't like the longer portion of the reset. So I like the poundage, I just don't like the distance so much. The curved trigger, the weird curve to it's kind of hard to get used to, I'll be honest, considering that the single action CZs that I usually shoot are flat face, and then the curved ones are the double action. You kind of have it all the way through, or it's just more curved than this. It felt a little weird, and I don't like the sights, I'll be honest. They're a little bit too big, and they're completely blacked out, and they were a little off in the factory. That's not a big deal. I'll take them inside and adjust them before the 1,000 round review. With that being said, they might actually get replaced before the 1,000 round review with a set of fiber optic with a blacked out rear. I assume they take CZ sights. Also, another thing, if we do a 1,000 round review, probably change out the grips. Maybe, maybe not, we'll see. They didn't seem to bother me that much in recoil. The thing that bothered me the most was the sights. That being said, for around $700, it's a pretty nice gun. It looks cool, it functioned really well. We shot 100 rounds through it today with cheap remanufactured ammunition that I shoot through all my CZs all the time, and it functioned just the same. What a surprise. So ergos are good, recoil control's good, speed's good. The only thing I really think I need to fix in order to make it pretty awesome for me is either going to be to adjust the sights or change the sights, which we'll do for the full review. So yeah, I think we'll do a full review of this. Will it be 1,000 rounds or not? It's hard to say, especially with the ammo crunch of 2021. But I do like the gun, and if you're interested in it and you pick it up and you think it feels good in your hand, by all means get it. It seems to be very reliable, and I'm willing to bet the only accuracy issue we had was the sights. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please help out your local homeless shelters. Remember to recycle. I'll check you later. I got a belt.